So you'll notice here I'm doing a bit of a weave stitch. It's called woven stitch, and you're using it pretty much throughout this cowl. You'll notice I have most of it knitted already, and when you're using the other color as well, you're basically doing the same stitch. You're just changing the color every other or every 2 rows. So you'll see here on the end, this is how you can pick up your knitting and know what row you're meant to be on. Is that you can look on here and you can see that this second stitch in has been recently wrapped, as you can see here. And the third stitch in, you can see 2 knit stitches there, so it has not been wrapped recently, which means that your first stitch is going to be a wrap. And what I mean by wrap is you sort of slip it purlwise, you bring your yarn around, you just wrap it and slip the stitch. And then you're going to knit the next stitch. You're going to bring the yarn in front for this next wrap. You're going to slip the stitch and wrap it. So you're not knitting that stitch, you're just wrapping it. Knit the next stitch, yarn in front. I'm going to wrap this next one. Wrap. Knit the next stitch, yarn in front, slip, wrap. So as you can see, every time we're wrapping that stitch, we're getting this little sort of bump, this ridge in front here of the wrap stitches, and that's what gives it this nice sort of woven stitch texture. The only thing with this texture is you're probably going to want to block your scarf when you're done knitting it. So basically you just carry on across the row, alternating knit and wrap all the way across. Okay, so at the end of row 1, we started and ended with a wrap stitch. And we've alternated wrapping and knitting all the way across the row. So now we're going to turn for row 2. Okay, so this is the wrong side of the work, and we're just going to purl every stitch across. No fancy business, just purling all the way across. For row 3, okay, so if you can see here for row 3, you can see that now it's a bit different. It's alternating. So the second stitch you can see is a stitch that needs to be wrapped, because you can see 2 knit stitches there, which means that your first stitch is going to be knit. So this row will go knit, wrap, instead of row 1, which was wrap, knit. So just like row 1, the only thing that's different is what you're starting with. So knit, yarn in front, slip, wrap, so on and so forth, all the way across. And then for for row 4, you'll just want to go through and purl all those stitches just like in row 2. And that's all there is to it. I hope that was clear and easy for you to understand. And obviously, if you have any questions, you can find me on facebook.com/gamercrafting. You can also subscribe to my YouTube channel here. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this project.